Right. Okay, you can see on your screens, right? Wonder of the living world, right? Okay, environment, right? Now write down the definitions of the environment. Okay, write down. The environment is
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Buddha.
We want to write in the tube.
Yeah, yes. Okay. You must write those things in your tubes. Okay. The environment is our is our is our surrounding is our surrounding, including us including us including us. Okay, write down in the table living things. There are write down the 5 example for the living things. Write down the 5 example for the living things. Okay, you can write down. There are many varieties of the animals: dog, cat, man, child, and spiders, and bees. Right? Those are some kind of living things. And also you can write down the non-living things. Give some 5 examples for the non-living things. Which are the bag, ball, desk, pen, book, and earth.
Sunlight.
Yes, okay, sunlight. Sound. Those are the non-living things. Okay. Right now. Have you finished, Putha?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I am finished, sir.
Right. Okay. Now we move to the other parts. Living organisms. Okay. We can categorize the living organisms, plant and animals, right? Plant and animals, right? Right? Plant and animals. Okay. Now there are other organisms we can see, which are the microorganisms, right? Now write down the definitions of the microorganisms. What is the microorganisms? The organisms that cannot be seen in the naked eye. Write down the given spaces for the definition of the microorganisms. Right. Finish. Microorganisms, the organisms that cannot be seen in the naked eye. We cannot seen by our naked eye. Right. Now, uh, okay, finish. Okay. If we cannot see the microorganisms by naked eye, then how can we observe?
From microscope, sir.
Microscope.
Very good. From microscope. Right. Have you seen microscopes in your schools or in your school laboratories? Right. Okay. Microscope. Right. Microscope. Who was the founder? Who was the innovated microscope? Who was innovate
And that
microscope?
won't even book, sir.
Yes, yes. The scientist who is the Anton von Leeuwenhoek. That is the scientist. What is the name of that? Anton van Leeuwenhoek, who is the founder of the microscope. Right? Microscope. Right. Then in 1674. In 1674, Anton von Leeuwenhoek was found the microscope. Right. Then you can write down in the given space microscope, 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 which is used, microscope, which is used, microscope, which is used to observe, microscope, which is used to observe, which is used to observe the microorganisms. And also write down the under, put in stars, right? In 1674, in the given spaces, right? In 1674, in 1674, Anton von, Anton von, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who innovated, who innovated microscope, who innovated microscope. Who innovated microscope. Right. Okay. Have you seen microorganisms in your naked, in your microscopes in your the laboratories?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I will show some figures that we can identify what are the organisms and what are what are the microorganisms. Some kind of microorganisms. I will show some kind of figures. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Right. Have you shared the screen, Pura? Okay. Okay, you can see there are different type of microorganisms in the Google, right? Okay, I will show each one. There are some example for the microorganism, right? Okay. First of all, I will see you. You can see there are boot shapes. There are boot shaped microorganisms. I will draw in the whiteboard also. Right. You can see there are some kind of boot shaped microorganism. Right. Boot shaped microorganisms. Right. That microorganisms we call as the paramecium. What is the name of that organism?
Paramecium, sir.
Yes. This is the paramecium. You can see this is the paramecium. It's like a boot shape, right? You uh, have to identify what is the shape and uh, what is the figure of the that kind of microorganism, because in your examination there are given some, they will give some figures on your exam, and you can be able to identify what are those microorganisms. Got it? Okay, that is the paramecium. Right. Now I will show the another type. Okay, you can see there are some kind of microorganism. Right. You can see that microorganisms having a rod shape. You can see. You can see that microorganism has the rod shape. It's a rod shape, right? Rod shape, and there are some kind of cilia which is helps to move, and there are some kind of flagella, right? That kind of organisms or that kind of microorganisms we can name. What is that? What is the name of that?
Algae.
Algae, not algae. That is
Bacteria.
that's good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Bacteria. That is the bacteria. Okay, that is the bacteria. Okay. Now I will show another microorganisms. Okay, you can see in here. Okay, what is that kind of microorganisms? Who are those things? Right. You can see shape like this one, right? Shape like that, right? That we call, who are those things?
Fungi.
Fungi, yes, yes, that kind of group of the fungi, but that is the yeast. Yeast. Have you seen before? Have you seen yeast in your chicken or in your kitchen? Not chicken, kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Ah, but that is you can able to see in your naked eye, no? Because that ball having thousand of yeast cells. That's why that ball we can see by our naked eye. Okay, right. That is the yeast, or we call as the another name is the Saccharomyces. Saccharomyces, right? Okay, and I will show the another type of organisms, right? Okay, right. This is the another type of microorganisms. Who are those? What is that kind of microorganism?
Protozoa.
Protozoa. No, no, no. That is the virus. Virus. Right? That is the virus. Okay. Now there are some examples in your textbook. I will show the in your textbook. They are having some kind of microorganisms, right? You should able to what are those microorganisms in your examination. Okay. Okay. Now you can able to show the figure in your screen, right? Okay. Now, what is that kind of microorganism?
Amoeba.
Right. That we call amoeba. What is the name of that? Amoeba. Right. Amoeba shapes like that, right? That is the amoeba. Amoeba. Right? Amoeba. And what is the that kind of microorganisms? In green colored one?
Calamida.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you can try. We call as the Chlamydomonas. What is the name of that? Chlamydomonas. Right? The Chlamydomonas, right? It has the uh, mug shapes or chloroplast, right? We call as the Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas, right? Okay. Now you can able to identify who are that animal, who are that microorganisms. What is that kind of microorganism? They are like a boot shape. That we call paramecium. Yes, paramecium. Paramecium. And also you can see there are rod shapes or sausages shape, no? There are some kind of sausages or rod shapes, right? That kind of microorganisms we call as the
Bacteria.
bacteria, right? Okay, now uh, you can able to figure out those pictures, those figures in your tute, right? In the given space.
So we should draw these organisms.
Yes, yes. In your tute, in the given space, there are some kind of spaces is remaining in your tute. You should figure out those bacteria shapes or those microorganism shapes in your tute, because in your exam paper that figures can be asked from what are those microorganisms.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Puta?
Sir, we want to draw in that first page. It have, sir, that space.
Yeah, there are page 4. Okay, I will share the tute in your screen right now. You can able to see it, right. There are some given space in the microorganisms and there are some given space. You can
Yes, sir.
draw it on that space. Paramecium, bacteria, fungi, virus, amoeba, chlamydomonas. If you are finished, please let me know.
finished, sir.
Okay. Okay. Safra, have you finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now we will discuss about the what are the equipment, what are the instrument that we can use to observe microorganisms.
Microscope
Yes, microscope, right. I will show who's the founder of microscope, who's the scientist.
Anton van Leeuwenhoek.
Yes, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. You can see in your screen. Right. You can see that is the Anton von Leeuwenhoek, and that is the first microscopes. You can see that just like coconut cupping instrument like this, no? Right? This is the first microscopes which was found the Anton von Leeuwenhoek. But in now there are advanced microscope in the laboratories, right? Okay. You can see that is the microscope where in your laboratories, right? That microscope we can call as the compound microscope. What is the name of that? Compound microscope. And also there are other type of microscope that we call simple microscope, like this one. You can see, right? This is the simple microscope. The simple microscope. Is that microscope is used to can be observe microorganisms in that simple microscope.
Can't, we can't
We
No,
can't.
see
we
that
cannot
one.
use that to see microorganisms.
Yes, we cannot observe microorganisms through that simple microscope. Then, therefore, we can use compound microscopes to observe microorganisms. Okay. Then the microscope we can divide as a two type. Microscope we can divide as a two type, which are the simple microscope and other one is the compound microscope, right? compound microscope. That compound microscopes, only microscopes that can be seen microorganisms, right? And also there are other microscope which we call the electron microscope. The electron microscopes is advanced than the compound microscope, right? Okay. All right. That is the thing, that is the equipment that can be able to use microorganisms in the laboratory. Okay, right. Now, we know in the environments, there are two types of organisms, which are the micro and the macroorganisms, right? Micro and the macroorganisms, right? Now, we move to the another part of that lesson is the characteristics of organisms. Characteristics of organisms, which means characteristic means some kind of features. Features, what are the features that have in the organisms, right? Okay. First features or first characteristic is the growth. First one is the growth, right? What is the growth? What is the definition of the growth? What is the growth? Which means, can you figure out what is the growth?
Increase in
Sir,
size,
increase,
height, and
increase
amount
in
is
size,
called
height,
growth.
and weight, sir.
Okay, which means, have you seen in your baby age photography in your album?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now that photography, there are some kind of baby, that is you, no? That is you. Now, in that time, what happened to you? What happened to your body? What happened to your weight? What happened to your height?
We are small, sir.
Yeah, you are small in the that baby stages photography, but in now,
We are big,
how about
sir.
you are become a large, you are become a large baby, or you have become a big boy like that. Okay, that I call what happened to you. That we call the growth. The growth is increase in your size, right? Increase in your size, which means, assume that is the baby boy. Okay, that is the baby boy. That's baby. Can see baby. Okay. Now, time to time, you become large, no, large type. Right. That is the hair. Okay. Right. You can see that is increase in your size. Increase in your size. Right. Then increase in size. And how about your height? How about your height? This is your height, no? It also been increased, no? Then increase in size and height.
Right. Give me 1 second, Puta. There are some issues in my phone. I will figure out and after join. Okay, give me 1 second. Right. Okay. Right. Can you hear me, Puta?
Cancer.
Okay. Right. There are some issue in my phone. Right. Okay. Don't worry about that. I will fix after. Figure out. Right. Okay. Now we discuss in the right. We discuss in the height. Oh, sorry. Growth. No growth. Right. Right. Okay. Assume they are in baby ages or baby stages. Right. Now, what about in your body? In now, it become a large. It become a large. Therefore, your body become increase your height and increase your weight and increase your amount. Increase your amount. That we call growth. Then what is the growth, Buddha? Growth is the, we can define the growth increase in size, height, or amount is called growth. Okay, write down in your tute growth. Okay, write down the growth. The increase in size size, height, or amount is called growth.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Now we know what is the growth. Growth is the increase in size, height, and amount is called growth. Right. And we know there are two types of organisms, which are the animals and the plant. Animal and plants. Right. Animal take their growth. There are some kind of certain period. Animals they takes some kind of growth in certain period, which means animals having unlimited limited growth. Animal having a limited growth, which means in a certain time the growth of animal will stop. That's why we call animal having a limited growth. But in the plant, that plant having the unlimited growth. Right. What is the age type? That animal growth is stopped. Assume the human.
25 years.
Yes, that is the 25. In the 25, your growth will stop. Right? In 25, your growth will stop. But some kind of plant, they growth. It may be.
Sir, you are muted.
Excuse me, sir. Sir is mute, so we can't hear.
Right. Are you here now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Do you have in your baby ages clothes or likewise shoes like things?
Yes, sir.
Right. Assume they are having some kind of shoes. Then have you wear that shoe? Can you?
Can't, sir.
Because why?
It's small, sir. We are growing.
Yes, you can't. You can't wear that shoe because you are growing. That's why the organism having specific characteristics, specific features that we call growth. Okay, that we call growth. Then highlight the growth is the common features. Growth is the common features that have in the organisms, because there are no any non-living things that become a growth, right? That become a growth, right? Okay, there are important things is the growth, right? Okay, you can see there are some kind of plant. There are some kind of plant. Uh, is the germinations. We call as the germinations, which means the plant is growth. You can see that plant. There are seed. Uh, there is the step by step. What happened that seed
Growing, sir.
growing, right? Growing, right? Then that is the plant which is that has the unlimited growth, right? Now write down your tooth in the given space, right? Plant, the plants, the plants, the plants have, the plants have, the plants have unlimited, unlimited, plant have unlimited growth. Plant have unlimited growth in their lifetime. In their lifetime. Plant having unlimited growth in their lifetime. Right. Okay, now you can see that is the human, no? The ages of human. What happened that human growth? What you can see in your tute, what you can see in your figures. There are some certain time period. There are some certain time period. Right? There are some certain time period. You can see they are not furthermore growing. That's why that's animal or human have animals have limited growth, right? Okay, now you can write down animals have animals have animals have limited growth. Limited growth. Animals have limited growth. Right. Okay. Right. And also you can show the another figure that also plant having unlimited growth. The plant having unlimited growth and the animal having the limited growth. That are the distinguish or that are the differentiations, the growth of the animals and the plant. Okay, right. Now the first characteristic we were learned about, what is that the characteristics? What is the characteristic of the that organism have?
Growth.
Very good, right. Now what is the growth?
Increase in
Increasing
size,
our
height, and
size,
amount
height,
is
and
known
amount.
as growth.
Right, very good, right. Then there are specific thing of the animals and the plant. What are those things? What are the specific things? What are the specific characteristics that belong to the plant and the animals? Plant having
Plants have unlimited growth,
yes, very good.
and animals
Plants
have
having
limited
The
growth.
unlimited growth and
growth.
animals have limited growth.
Very good, very good, very good. Now you can able to enter the your thinking pattern as the science way. Okay, right. Now let's we move to the there are second characteristic which is the nutritions, is the nutrition, right. Have you get your lunch? What is your how about your lunch in today? Is that taste or what are the curries or what are the things that have you in your lunch? Have you take your lunch? Had you take your lunch?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. What are the things? What are the curries or what are the maybe components in your lunch?
Rice, dal, and egg.
Okay, rice, dal, and egg, right? Why you had such kind of lunch, why you take foods?
For take energy, sir.
For take energies, no? Then what is
For
the
survival,
benefit for? Sorry,
survival,
Buddha? Very
for
good. For
survival,
survival, for what? Yes, for survival, for what? Why our body to attempt the survival? There are some kind
food,
of diseases, no? There are some kind of diseases, or we can survive when we are getting a nutrition diet, right? Okay. That's the word. That's the nutrition, which means the another characteristics that belong to the organism, which is the nutrition. That's why you take your foods as the breakfast, lunch, dinner, or any type of thing that you eat. Okay, right. Then we can define the nutrition is satisfying the food requirements. Satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition. Then what is the definition of the nutrition, Puta?
satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition.
Very good. Satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition. Right. Now, we can divide it two type of organisms according to their nutrition patterns, which are the autotropisms or autotrophic organisms, and other type is the heterotrophic organisms. Okay, now uh, I think you have lunch have rice. Okay, rice. Where rice come from? Where the place your rice that rice come from?
From paddy, sir.
Yes, from paddies. Right? From paddies. Then how to form rice? How to form rice in the paddies?
By planting seeds,
Hmm? By planting seeds. Okay. Then that plant can be able to produce what? Produce
Rice,
food,
sir.
food or rice. That kind of organisms we can define as the autotrophic organisms. The autotrophic organisms means the organisms that can be able to produce their own foods. Got it? Then what are the example of the autotrophic organisms?
Trees, sir.
Trees. Okay. What else? Trees.
Trees
Okay.
only.
Okay. Trees only, no? Is trees only? Is trees only are the autotrophic organisms? Are there any organisms that belong to the autotrophic organisms?
No, sir.
Okay, but in your grade 6, there are trees are we can assume as the autotrophic organism, but there are some kind of animal we can also assume as the autotrophic organism, which are the algae. Who are the who are that animals?
algae,
And
Algae. Then plants and algae is taking part the autotropism as the organisms, autotropism organisms, right? Now we write down the definitions in the your tude, autotropism or autotropic organisms, right? Write down the organisms, the organisms.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Puta?
We want to write in that blank, sir, photosynthesis.
No. In the uh, page 6, page 6, there are some given spaces. Is the autotropic? There are some blank. You can write in here.
Okay.
Okay, right. Now write down the organism, the organisms, the organism which can produce, which can produce, the organism which can produce, which can produce which can produce their own foods, their own foods, which can produce their own foods. Which can produce their own food. Okay. Write down the example. Plants, plants. Another one is the algae. Right? Algae. Sorry, algae. Okay, where the place that algae we can find out? Did you see that algae, like type, that kind of animals? Have you seen before that algae? Abuda?
No.
That algae, you can see there are greeny surface. There are some kind of lake or some kind of drains or some kind of lake. They are having a greeny surface, greeny water surface. That is the algae. We can clearly identify that greeny type of organisms, right? Greeny type of organisms. There are a lot
In
of
pond?
Sorry, Pata?
In pond?
Yes, very good. In the pond, we can see algae in the pond also, right? The algae is the main organisms we are living in the oceans, right? We are living in the oceans, right? Now we move to the heterotrophic organisms or heterotropisms, right? Can you define what kind of organisms that belong to the heterotrophic organisms?
Animals, sir.
Very good. Animal. What else?
Humans.
Sorry, Puta?
Humans.
Humans. Very good. Right. There are newcomers. So, Sayuri, where are you from?
I'm from Gampaha.
Gampaha. Okay, Puta. Welcome our class. And I will send the records in your group that can be able to get the your missing part when you are watching that video. Okay, right. Heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means the organism that cannot be produce their own food. which means they cannot produce their own foods, which means that organisms depend on the another organisms which can be able to produce such kind of foods. Got it? Then we are humans and the animals, all type of animal belong to the heterotrophic organisms, right? Got it? If you have any doubt, please let me know. When don't understand what are the point of the heterotrophic or what else you have in such kind of doubt. Okay. Okay, write down the heterotrophic, the organisms, the organisms the organisms that cannot that cannot that cannot produce that cannot produce that cannot produce their own food. Okay, the organisms that cannot be produced their own foods, that we call that are the heterotrophic organisms, right? Okay, then that kind of heterotrophic organisms depend on the direct or indirect other autotrophic organisms, right? Then write down the other thing. Heterotrophic organism depend on autotrophic organisms directly and indirectly. Indirectly. Okay, right? The heterotrophic organisms depend on autotrophic organisms directly and indirectly, right? Sayuri, how about your scholarship examination results?
175.
Very good. What is your school, Pata?
Orgasmulle.
Madagascar, right? Okay. Uh, right. Okay. The heterotrophic organisms depend on the autotrophic organisms directly and indirectly, right? Now, what are the example of the organisms depend on directly in autotrophic organisms? Give me some examples for what are the organisms that belong to the directly depend on the autotrophic organisms, which means that animal take directly plant, directly eat plant. What are the examples?
Herbivores,
Very good, very good. You are very. I means there are such kind of knowledge you're having to of the science. Very good, Puta. That we call herbivorous organisms. What are the example for the herbivorous?
Goat, cow,
Hmm?
Elephant.
Elephant, very good.
rabbit,
Rabbit, okay, very good. Hmm. Those are
deer,
the, yes, very good, dear. Those are the uh, herbivorous organisms depend on directly in the plant or autotrophic organisms, right? What are the organisms that indirectly depend on the autotrophic organisms? Right, which means they that organism they don't take directly manner that plant, they are take indirectly, which means that plant eat one organisms and that organisms eat another organism, that is the directly part, indirectly part. That what kind of organisms?
Heterotrophic organisms.
No, I means what are the example for the indirect organisms? Indirectly organisms.
carnivorous,
Carnivorous, very good. Carnivorous are belong to the indirect dependent organisms of the autotrophic organisms, which means assume what are the example for carnivores?
lion,
Lion, tiger,
tiger,
human.
Human are not belong to the carnivorous. Okay, I will give the definitions for that. Herbivorous means the organisms which take only plant part or plants, that kind of organisms we call as the herbivorous. Carnivorous means the organisms they takes flesh, meats, or other type of animals that we call carnivorous. And there are another type. What is the another type of organisms?
Omnivorous.
Omnivorous, right? What is the definitions of the omnivorous? Which means the organisms, omnivorous means the organisms we can they can able to eat, they can take plant materials and also
Meat
fish,
item.
meat item or meat varieties that we call omnivorous. Then human belongs to the omnivorous,
Omnivorous.
right? Got it? Clearly understand what are those things?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Now write down the two examples. Uh, what are the indirect organisms and the what are the direct organisms that depend on the autotrophic organisms? Right, write down. Sorry, had you take the tute Puta as a for printout?
Yes.
Okay, Buddha.
yes, sir.
Okay, finish. Right. Sorry, what is your ambition? To be a who?
To be a
To be a lecturer. Okay, very good. What kind of lecture? What is the field?
Science.
Sha. Very good, very good. Okay, now you can clearly understand what are the autotrophic organisms or what are the heterotrophic organisms, right? What are the example for the autotrophism and the heterotrophism, right? Now, the autotrophic organisms are autotrophic organisms that can be able to produce their own foods. That can be able to produce their own foods, right? Now, what is the process? What is the process that foods is produced in that organisms? We name as the special name that we call photosynthesis. What is the name of that?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. Right. Okay.
Photosynthesis.
Now we move to the what is the photosynthesis? Right. Photosynthesis. Right. Right. Photosynthesis is taken place in the plant. What is the main organ that photosynthesis is taking place in the plant? What is the main organ that photosynthesis is take place?
Light energy.
No, I mean, Sudha, what is the location? What is the major location that photosynthesis is taken place in the plant?
In the
Okay, you
leaves.
can.
In the leaves.
Okay, very good. You can see that is the main organ that photosynthesis is take place. Okay, now we can get clear idea about what is the photosynthesis. Okay, carefully listening. Okay, there are some kind of gas that we call carbon dioxide. That is the chemical formula. What is the name of that gas, Puta?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon
Right,
dioxide.
carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, where in the atmosphere that carbon dioxide can absorb to the leaf. Therefore, that carbon dioxide enter to the leaf. And also other chemical substances which is located on the soil that we call what is the H2O.
Water, sir.
Very good, very good.
Water.
H2O means water. That water locate in the soil, then root can be able to absorb that water through the roots, right? Water can absorb to the plant to the root, and that water transfer to the leaf. Then carbon dioxide and water is the raw material of the photosynthesis. Then what is the raw material of the photosynthesis, Puta?
Carbon dioxide and water, sir.
Very good. Carbon dioxide and water. Right. Now there are light energy falling down the leaf. That light energy or sunlight act as the energy source. Then what is the energy source of the photosynthesis, Puta?
Sunlight, sir.
Very good, sunlight. That sunlight convert that material as the organic substances, which is the glucose or carbohydrate. That is the first formation of the foods in the leaf. And also there are some kind of other byproduct is released to the atmosphere. What is the other byproduct? What is the O2? O2 means? O2 means?
Oxygen.
Very
Oxygen.
good. That is the oxygen. Ah, then you can able to define what is the photosynthesis. Okay, carefully listen. The photosynthesis is the process that produce food by using sunlight as raw material of carbon dioxide and water and release oxygen gas as a byproduct. Okay, what is the definition of the photosynthesis, Pruta? The process, the process that produce organic foods in the plant by using raw materials, which are the carbon dioxide and water, and emitting oxygen to the atmosphere. That we call photosynthesis, which is the photosynthesis definition. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, can you define? Can you define the photosynthesis? I like to ask in yourselves. Right. Okay. Sayuri, what is this photosynthesis, Puta?
The process that produce organisms food raw material with water and
Okay. Try. Don't worry. Okay. Safat, Sarafat, Sarafat.
yes, sir.
Okay.
The carbon dioxide is absorbing to leaf and water absorbing to the leaves. They are raw materials. Then the sunlight is the energy source of it. Then it's producing glucose, and it's producing oxygen also.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Right. Uh, Surangi, no? Puta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you define?
Sir, I couldn't hear for you like for 10 minutes, sir.
Oh, right. Now you can hear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. I will give the definitions of the photosynthesis. Okay. Photosynthesis is the process. That is the produce food. That is the produce food by using carbon dioxide and water, which are the raw materials, and sunlight act as a energy source. Then the main product is the glucose, and they are emitting byproducts as the oxygen to the atmosphere. Okay, and another one, the process which is to produce organic substances in the leaf by using raw material as the carbon dioxide and water, and sunlight act as the energy source and emitting oxygen gas to the atmosphere as the byproduct. That is the photosynthesis. Okay, now you can draw the figure in your tute. Right, hurry up. Okay. If you are finished, let me know. Okay, CO2 means carbon dioxide, H2O means water, O2 means sunlight. Sorry, O2 means oxygen, not sunlight, no? O2 means oxygen, right? Sunlight act as the energy source. Okay, finish.
Excuse me, sir, I am finished.
Okay, good. How about others?
I am finished, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, I think Surang, you having some kind of technical issue. Okay, finish, Pudha?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Now, that is your homework. Try to write the definition. What is the definition of the photosynthesis? Right? Try to write what is the definitions of the photosynthesis, right? And today we end the class in at that time, right? Okay. Now, how about your feeling? Now, how about your comments? How about your today lessons? Do you understand what we will teach you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Sayuri?
I understand all things, sir.
Okay, good Buddha.
Sir.
Sarab?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the comments today?
Good, sir.
Okay, right. Now, let's we'll meet at the next day. I will give the message in your groups and have you a nice day and goodbye. See you later.
Have a nice day, sir, and goodbye.
Okay, bye. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. God bless you too. Right. Okay, bye. See you.